Hi there, welcome back. So in today's video we're going to show you what we got recently. So we've been looking at this lovely company for a while, thinking about buying some of their pigments, and it's the Homeware Design Co. I've seen lots of other artists using this company. This is their business card. We've been speaking to a lovely lady there. This isn't a sponsored video. We did buy these. We bought 3 different packages there of different groups of pigments. There's 3 lots. This is what I'm just trying to explain to you now. And the very nice lady there also gave us some freebies, some free samples to try, which are those 4 little bottles there. So those are 15ml bottles. We've bought 30ml bottles. And what we're going to show you is we're going to show you these free samples first, and then we're going to show you the bigger ones. So there we go. You've got to shake them well for 30 seconds to make sure that they mix well. And this beautiful colour is called Mermaid. So here it says it's a little complimentary sample. So there we are. They're really easy to use. Just trust me, a little goes a very long way. So this is called Merlot Rouge, and it's like a chocolatey, reddy brown colour. Then we've got a colour here called Periwinkle, beautiful deep blue. Beautiful. Again, shake all of these well for at least 30 seconds to make sure that the pigment, if it's separated slightly during transit, has the chance to just mix all in well together again. So there's the 3 of them. There we are. Look at them from the other side up, so you can see their full colours. Absolutely beautiful. So this was the first package, the first group that we got. Very much autumnal, sort of fall colours, autumn bark. And as you can see there, I think that's a 30ml bottle. These are going to last us a long time. So there we are, at Homeware Design Co. on Instagram. They also have, I think they also have a website. We'll put all of the contact information for Homeware Design Co. in our description box, along with the other bits and bobs that we use in this video, because we're going to show you us using some of them. So all of these beautiful colours. Now just look at this. I do get some on my hands, because you know me. Look at that. Beautiful, deep, almost candy apple red. So sorry, I missed some of those colours, but never mind. There you go. You've got them. Autumn Harvest, Autumn Summer. I think it was Autumn Sun and Autumn Berry, maybe. Look, this is the next package, the next group of colours that we bought, called Envy, Amethyst, purpley colour. So we've got a bluey green, then a purple, then Blazing Blue. Real lovely Moroccan bluey shade, Vivid Pink. I think these were light, some bright colours, the Brights range. Rebel Red, Vivid Yellow, very, very vivid. Outrageous Orange. I love these colour names, they're brilliant. Citrus Lime, and then Vivid Green. So if you love your greens and your yellows, reds, blues, this is definitely the selection for you. There we are. Fantastic. Those would look lovely. I'm thinking 80s vibes here. But there we go. This was the final package, Zen Green, which is quite dark. Sun Kiss, that looks beautiful. That looks like an orangey reddy colour. Avo, obviously avocado, beautiful green. Latte. Now I thought lattes was going to be a very light coloured brown, but that one's not. Then we've got one that says Olive, beautiful shades of green. Ocean, another beautiful deep blue. Chocolate, dark chocolate. Cinnamon, and what's the next one coming up? Here we go. Duck Egg. So duck egg is usually a bluey greeny colour. Now all of these look very, very dark. Obviously, as I said before, a little goes a long way. Do bear that in mind when you're using them. They are very heavily pigmented, which is great. Full instructions come with the beautiful pigments on how to use them. Now what you can see now, Wayne's going to do the demo for us. He's using Aquacast, which is just happens to be the eco resin of our choice, a brand of choice at the moment. He's measured out the amount that he needs in the way of powder and water. Just move the scales out the way, and then finds that he prefers to mix it together just using a regular fork. Obviously, don't then use this fork to eat with. And the colours he's picked were vivid yellow. Watch this. I don't think at this point he realised just how vivid it was, and he's let about 3 drops go in there. There was quite a bit of eco resin made up. You'll see why for the mould that he shows you in a moment, that you see it being poured into. And there's that beautiful deep, well, very light green. And then the last one, Avo green, which is quite dark against the others. I love the way the colours sort of disperse across the top. And then all he's using is just a little stir stick. I think that's a coffee stir stick, to mix them up. Now, he could have marbled that a bit more within the jug, but decided against it. The mould he's using is a rounded rectangle shaped mould, specifically for using with eco resin, concrete plaster, that sort of thing. Nothing to stop you from using ordinary epoxy resin with this if you want to do that. However, it is a matte finish to this mould, so you're not going to have a super shiny surface. So what you haven't seen him do off camera is he did, once he realised he was getting predominantly the white eco resin coming out, he then added in a bit more of the pigment, swirled it around with a coffee stir stick, and now he's just pouring it back in. The thing right in the, almost in the middle of the base of that pot is a silicone bung that came with the mould, and it's this is a planter mould, so you can leave the bung in or not, totally up to you. We decided to leave it in, let it cure. It took about an hour to completely cure, and then about another 20 minutes, half an hour to cool down. Now, I'm not going to lie, as you can see, this has got an outer casing. It's a rigid outer casing to help it keep its shape whilst it's curing, which is great in a lot of ways, because you don't get any bending or the mould collapsing in on itself. However, it makes it a bit more difficult for the demould. Well, to remove it anyway, but there we go. Managed to do it. He's removed the bung, and now we're just going to take it out of the silicone mould, which was easy to do. So just removing it out of that, and look at that. Now, this almost reminds me a bit of, you'll see it in a moment. Look at that. Now that reminds me of a landscape where you've got sort of pine trees and then some snow. But look at the different coloured greens and the way they've mixed with the natural white colour of the aqua cast. It cured really well. The pigments are stunning. Absolutely stunning. You will be hard pressed to find another companies whose pigments match these. But this is definitely up there as our favourite at the moment for mixing with eco resin. I want to just say as well that these pigments are not suitable for using with epoxy resin. It's literally concrete, plaster and eco resins and jasminite. So what you saw Wayne doing there was just taking the edge off of the outer area of the bottom of the pot, and he did that using a deburring tool. If you don't have one of those, or you don't want to use one of those, you don't have to. You can use a little bit of fine grade sandpaper. Now we've got wet and dry sandpaper there. We didn't wet it because this is eco resin and we didn't want to get it too wet again. So just lightly sanded it. We did also then sand down the whole of the base of that so it was nice and smooth. What Wayne has then decided to do is, do you know what? He thought, I think I'll make a tray, because otherwise the pot, when you pot it up with some plants and you water it, you're going to end up with the water dripping down onto a surface unless you provide it a little saucer to sit in. So he also found, because we've had a little shopping spree recently, should we just say, he also found this rather beautiful mould with a leaf pattern on the outside. Again, he's decided to treat it a little bit like you would a little miniature planter pot or little miniature plant pot, just giving it a little tap 'em down. He's using the bung that came with the other pot, so it leaves a little hole in the base so water can drip through. giving it a little tap, 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 just to make sure that all those little air bubbles come up to the surface. And then again, mixed up the eco resin, added the pigments in like you did before, and then repeated the process with the large rounded rectangle shaped tray. There we go. Any leftover that we had, by the way, we put into another little pot that we haven't got footage of us pouring it into because we didn't know how much we were going to have left, but we will show you it as part of the video, the demolding part of it. Again, Wayne's just giving that little bit of a tap there just to make sure that the air bubbles came up to the surface. The other thing you will not see us do, and I'm not sure why we haven't got any footage of it, is we do seal all of these pieces inside and out. We use the J. Diction gloss sealer to start with, and then we gave everything about 3 coats of polyurethane varnish, and that was just to make sure it was completely watertight. Because obviously what you don't want to do is find that after a period of time, when you've been watering your plants and water's been escaping out the hole in the bottom of these pots down onto that lovely rounded rectangle shaped tray, that it actually starts to degrade and, you know, disintegrate, dissolve if you like. So this is the other little pot that we did. Look at that. So it's very, very faint, the marbling effect on here. Very faint, but still just about there. And this lid, well, this lid, we got a little air bubble trapped. Unfortunately, sometimes happens, but it just shows that it's, you know, handmade with love. It's not mass produced. You'll see it in a minute. There we go. Can you see that just on the outer rim there? We got a little hole there, but it doesn't detract from the piece. It looks lovely. So we're gonna just add some little gold elements and little detailing, and we're doing it using this lovely deco color pen in gold, because we thought that would match in quite nicely. And all Wayne's doing here now is just adding that lovely gold. It's almost like a mirror shine gold effect, sort of chrome paint. I don't know how else to describe it, but we get that from a local shop to us, a company called U Studio. They do all kinds of pens and things, all lots of different types of things. We'll link their information in the description, but you can also get those pens via Amazon if you just search them on Amazon. So here's the tray demold. Now this is a lot paler than the original pot that Wayne made, and it just goes to show you that eco resin is just like regular epoxy resin when it comes to, you never quite know what you're going to get at the end. What kind of colorway, how different one piece is going to be from the next. But because we've used the same colors in each of these pieces, they match and they marry up nicely. They coordinate really well. Now I absolutely love this little pot. The lid, the detail in the lid, it just lifts it, gives it that little something extra. And as I said, what we did is we did make sure that we sealed all of these pieces really well. So here they are, just a little zoom over of them before you see the last shot of them all together. Now these will be up for sale, but it'll be at a craft fair that we're going to not till June. But you know, if you want to know any information about the craft fair that we're going to be attending, where we're going to be sellers, let me know. And we hope you've enjoyed this video. Have an absolutely fantastic week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing. And if you joined us in the live chat for the premiere, it was lovely to talk with you. Have a fantastic Easter, because it's Easter Sunday when this one goes out. And we'll see you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye.